The Continental, episode 2, titled Loyalty of the Master. And this episode is a better episode than episode 1. Episode 1 felt a bit slow, a bit of a hog, and certain elements that I could personally just cut out really easily, and it would flow the episode a hell of a lot better. I mean, there's still elements in this episode, in episode 2, that I would still cut out, and because at this point that I'm like, why are you here? What's the point of this storyline? This just feels like we're just using this so we can have a movie length, episode. In this case, this is an 8-minute episode, and well, last week was 88 minutes. But yeah, episode 2, it flies. There's a hell of a lot of better pace, and it essentially is about Wilson basically getting a crew together, trying to convince people to take down the Continental, along with him. Because the big aim is just to blow the whole place, the kingdom, come, take care of his, be the eye of the throne, take care and burn everything down because I forgot Mel Gibson's character's name, but his character killed Freddy, Wilson's brother, and because of that, Wilson says something very John Wick, and that is guns. I need a lot of guns. But there's still stuff in this episode that I'm like, as much as it's well paced, as much as I'm liking certain elements, as much as I think this is a better episode than episode 1, there's still stuff I would cut out. Like, this investigation storyline, I have no idea why it's there. Like, probably by episode 3, the final episode, it's going to be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Or, by episode 3 next week, it's going to go, oh, that's why. Personally, I would cut that entire storyline out. There's no purpose behind it. Why is it there? It has no consequence towards our main characters, to our main plot. And I don't care about the dojo and how it's been linked to the family generations. This whole episode is about setting up the event, setting up the shootout. Let's that be about. Let's focus on setting up the shootout. Probably the only reason that storyline even exists is so we can have, an action sequence having James Brown, playing in the background. It's a neat action sequence. I like it. We're, get it off of that thing. Shake it to, with that song. I'm like, okay, that's a good song. It's a good song to have during action sequence. But I was like, there's no need for it. But there's some really good, this is the people are sitting in a room talking episode, right? And there's a couple of action sequences probably just there, so people will be like, no, where's the fighting? I need some fight, because everybody's like, there's certain people out there who just, want to see shit blow up, and it's like, here's 2 minutes of it. Okay, guys, here, 2 minutes of action. There you go. You get happy. Okay, next week you'll get a big, this is where most of the budget has gone. But there's so many good scenes of just people talking. I mean, you have this one scene between Wilson and this other one of the people that he's trying to recruit to be part of the Continental shootout. And they don't want money. It's all about loyalty. It's all about trust. It's all about love. It's all about, I need you. It's all about loyalty for them. I don't give two craps about money. I'm like, okay. And the conversations about, I'm like, okay, I like that. There's a couple of scenes where you have Mel Gibson's character being shit in his pants, because the Continental, the high table are like, you got 3 days to get that thing that Freddy stolen back in that room, and not we have to take care of it. You got 3 days to do so. I'm like, that's a great scene. The scene between the violinist, that eagles him, that character, to get a golf club to the head, is so, there's some really good written dialogues and really good written scenes, definitely for something that's if someone said, hey, we're making a John Wick show, what do you think it's going to be? It is probably going to be, okay, have a thin plot, so you have something that have a bunch of action sequence in. And And that's not the case with this episode. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of character in this episode. It's just, what makes it just good, or really good, to then say fantastic or great or whatever, is those scenes. And I'm like, cut that out. Why is it that there? Why is that there? There's no need for it. But yeah, the Continental episode 2, let me know what you think. We only got one episode left. It's so weird here, like, oh, we're having a 3-episode season. It's like, okay. Next week's going